Today I will tell the story of Qays and Layla. In one of the Arab tribes in the Arabian Peninsula, a boy named Qays ibn al-Mulawa was born. He grew up in a Bedouin environment that valued poetry and chivalry. Qays was intelligent, eloquent, and passionate about knowledge and poetry. His heart was tender from a young age. There was also a girl named Layla bint Mahdi from the same tribe. She was beautiful, intelligent, and well-mannered. People spoke of her beauty far and wide. Layla and Qays grew up together in the desert, playing as children, spending hours in the fields and open lands. Over time, a deep love grew between them. The forbidden love. Their love blossomed, but it was what is known as udri love, a pure, chaste kind of love, free from physical desire. This type of love was common among certain Arab tribes, especially the Banu Amir tribe, known for their stories of spiritual love. Qays began composing poetry about Layla from a young age, and he became famously known as Majnun Layla, the madman of Layla, because he mentioned her in every poem, obsessing over her day and night. When Qays decided to ask for Layla's hand in marriage, her father refused, not because Qays lacked worth, but because he had exposed their love through his poetry, which was considered shameful in the tribal culture of the time. Instead, Layla's father married her off to another man named Ward ibn Muhammad, a wealthy and influential man from another tribe. Madness and wandering. Upon hearing of Layla's marriage, Qays lost his mind. He wandered into the wilderness, refusing food and shelter. He spoke only of Layla and recited poetry to animals and birds. One of his most famous verses says, "I pass by these walls, the walls of Layla, and I kiss this wall and that wall. It's not the love of the walls that has taken my heart, but the love of the one who dwells within them." People began calling him Majnun, as he lived in the deserts, composing poetry filled with longing and sorrow. Their last meeting. Layla never forgot Qays either. Though she remained loyal to her husband, she carried Qays in her heart. Years passed, and after her husband died, she chose never to remarry, living on the memory of her first love. One day, by fate, Qays and Layla met again in the desert after a long separation. Words failed them. They gazed at each other, tears streaming down their faces. Layla wept, Qays wept, and then, once more, they were separated. It was the last time they would ever see each other. The tragic end. Soon after, Layla died from grief and illness. When Qays heard of her death, his heart broke beyond repair. He went to her grave and stayed there, reciting poetry and mourning her day and night. One morning, Qays was found dead beside her grave. In the sand, he had written, "You died before me, my beloved, yet my soul still longs for you in pain. Oh, how I wish I had died before you, to spare my eyes from tears that never wane." He was buried beside her, and thus, death united them after life had cruelly kept them apart. Legacy of the story. The story of Qays and Layla is not just a love tale. It is a symbol of pure, spiritual love. It became a cornerstone of Arabic poetry and inspired great works of literature across cultures. The Persian poet Nizami Ganjavi wrote a famous epic titled Layla and Majnun, and their story has inspired writers, painters, and musicians throughout the centuries.